right here on your Women Radio WFM 91.7. Yes, it's Monday. It's the ninth day of February 2026. So, yes, we are gradually heading into the second week, or rather, we're in the second week already of February. I hope that, this week, which is a week of love, will definitely give you all the joy and all the love that you need. So, this morning, I was going through the streets of social media, and then one lady said, I went to make my hair and I'm going to look nice on Saturday or this week. Not because I have a boyfriend or I have a man, but just because it's Valentine's week. I cannot be caught on fresh. So she has to go and get ready. And at the end of it, she said, who knows? Anything can just happen. And I'm like, yes, I like this lady's spirit. So let's head on with that. I think, it's sometimes it's not about having that special somebody, because not everybody that's privileged to have that special person to share that particular day with. If you don't, I think you can let your self-love show, express yourself, in your soaked in self-love. Let everybody see it, and trust me, a lot of people even admire you for loving yourself enough, to that point that you're able to, make yourself look good and you are just feeling yourself from head to toe. All right. So, yes, that's just my own small, word for you this morning. Since it's Love Week, it's Valentine's week already. So, I mean, anything you can do to make yourself pop, make yourself good, make yourself, feel all the love that you can get. Please go ahead and do so. All right, this is HerLens right here on Nigeria's first radio station for women and their families. My name is Rose Yusuf Kaiser, and I'm super excited to be with you today. Well, nothing necessarily particular happened during the weekend, although it was a very busy weekend for me. But hey, we're here and we're starting the week already. So yes, I have the ladies of HerLens with me this morning on the program. So yeah, let's welcome Buki Femi Ajala. Buki, good morning. How are you? How's the weekend? And how is the week of love? What's starting off for you?
The week of love, which is well.
Buki, I don't understand this as well.
All right. No. I mean, it's good to celebrate love. It's not just about February 14. You
Yeah,
understand?
definitely.
Um, it should be it should be a thing that has to be done on a daily basis.
Mm,
So yeah, I mean, I love the lady who said that she wants to be happy for herself. It's not just for a man or whatever it is, or I mean, you just be happy for yourself. It brings about your confidence, because you also have to look good for yourself. It's
true.
about your personal brand. Yeah. So, good morning, Lens family. How are we doing? February is running up. I think it's the second week. I have my calendar here.
Yeah.
Yes, it's the second week going. So, Susan, good morning. And then WFM family, good morning.
Morning, big kids. Good to have you join us this amazing new week in the month of February. So, Susan, let's get to hear from you. Good morning. How are you? How's the weekend? And I'll also ask you how the week of love they do you.
Abeg, Rose, allow me to laugh. Your name is already Rose. So roses are red and red is for Val. Good morning, Helen's family. Good morning, Madam Buki. My weekend was good. I've been planning this outreach, to go to an orphanage. I like to visit orphanage, talk to children, pray with them, and what have you. So I was able to do it this weekend. So it was good. But as for the Val, my dear sister, I am love. Love is me. I
Mm,
am single. In case the man is even listening to WFM now, who knows? Just like
eh,
my sister said. But I will also, that lady don't give me ginger, I go do my hair. My
wow.
nails are already set.
Ah,
So Val is here. Thank you.
I could trust you. You know they carry last when it comes to these things. Susan loves to look good, and I love it because sometimes when she comes on her lens, all of us will be like, Susan Kilo Day, where are you going to? From where? But it's good to have Susan join us, and we are happy to, have all of you on her lens this morning. So yeah, if you're just joining us for the first time, her lens is a program where we get to discuss, dissect, and disagree on topical issues right here. Every Monday to Friday at 9:05 a.m. We're here, and of course, we get to discuss on a lot of issues with the ladies of her lens. Okay. So yeah, we just have Ibinabo. Yes, Ibinabo just joined in. Good morning, Ibinabo. How are you today? How's the weekend? How was the weekend? And I'll ask you the same question I asked Buki and Susan. How is the week of love going? How is it starting up for you, Ibinabo?
We are trying. Good morning.
Good
Greet everyone.
morning.
Good morning, Rose. Good morning, Buki Efe. Good morning, Susan.
Mm,
Good morning to all our valued listeners. The week of love, we try. We are putting in our best.
yeah.
We're to share love. We're trying to actually have one or two programs prepared for that period. So we are working towards it.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Binabo. It's good to see you this new week and also to hear from you. All right, so we will definitely go ahead and discuss on the issues that we have on ground this morning, and of course, there's one that we touched on last week, and I'll let Ibinabo lead on that, and that's the case of the gospel artist, who died, and there was a lot of back and forth as regards to the families, and then the family, especially from the father's side, who the children said, okay, no, he has not, he's been away, and all of that. We discussed it fully here, I think sometime last week or the week before. And then right now, we have updates coming on as regards to burial, her colleagues, that's her other Nigerian gospel singers, coming up to say, a lot of things as regards the burial, and while a lot of them were not present at the burial. So I'll just let Ibinabo go on with that, and then we'll pick out what we're supposed to pick out from that in a few minutes, and then we head on to the next issue that we have to talk about this morning. All right, Ibinabo, just go ahead. So let's give you a few minutes to talk to us about this, because we couldn't talk about it last week Friday, where we talked about female genital mutilation. But go ahead on this. Let's get to hear you. All right, you're muted, Ibinabo.
Okay, thank you. I just realized that.
Okay, great.
From what the other fellow gospel singer said, they had been around while she was ill and all of that.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, when she was to be lowered and to be given the last rites, they were not available. They were nowhere to be found and all of that. And we learn every day. We learn every day because it does not have to be from only personal experiences. We need to carefully gather insights from what other people have experienced or stories that we have had.
Yeah.
And we to glean from such stories, you understand? And particularly like this, what am I saying? Yes, these were people who were part of her struggle when she was ill, according to what the man said, the Mr. Peter said.
Yeah.
Um,
Pizza.
At the end of the day, the family members would not allow them to give them the chance to give her the last burial right and all of that. I feel that was quite disrespectful and very unfair to even the deceased and even to our colleagues, because this could raise new legal and moral issues here. When a person is dead, the person becomes helpless. You can't do anything. It's even worse when the children are very little. So the question is, our burial, did she have burial wishes? And then are burial wishes legally binding in Nigeria? And I looked into a few places, and I realized that there isn't much about it, especially when it comes to a woman, you understand?
Mm.
You have a personal burial instruction in a will, or you engage an executor, you engage a lawyer who knows his onions or her onions and knows what to do as and when due on everything. Because most times, court tend to defer to family custom, even if you raise it in the court of law. Even if you say, okay, no, 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 we cannot agree, we cannot do this and that, court will always refer to the family. They will always look who is the next of kin. They will always look at the religious practice of the disease and all of that. And it's sad that we are still on that, because that is why sometimes when a woman dies, whether she was married or she was divorced or widowed,
Yeah.
you see, family members will come out and say she belonged to us, not to her will. Yeah, you know, that kind of a thing.
Mm.
And there was a verbal wish of this person before she died. Nobody, most cases, people don't want to listen to that. All they want to do is to carry out their own will. Because this and that, this is how we do it in our family and all of that. And you see, everything you do, you have to know that even though the children are still little, they are growing. They'll grow up to become adults.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you hear that people will tell you, upon all what we did for these children, they are ungrateful. Do you know that at some point or the other, you probably had offended them, and because they were little, they could not challenge you, they could not do anything about it. And at the end of the day, like Yorubas will say, if person don't get liver and kidney finish, if you don't get strength, if you don't get wherewithal, now that time you go stand ask you, say, that time, that's the way you do that time. Because I'm small. Now I want to challenge you. Why did you do that? You understand? So we should always endeavor to respect the last wish of the deceased.
Yeah.
Sin who is dead has no power to do anything for himself or herself. So it is now left for those she left behind to do the needful. She was a gospel artist. So it is only befitting and it is only commonsensical to allow some of them to be part of the burial activities. When some of these actors, movie actors die, we see the activities being put together by their fellow actors.
Actors, yeah.
You know, whether it is even musicians. Look at when this young man died. The Green is a long time. Mobad.
Mm.
At the activities, put together by his fellow artists and all of that. So you see, I know that burial could be very important sometimes, but was that the wish of the deceased? We should stop doing things, excuse me, stop acting in the manner that seemed we are mocking the dead. After all, she's not here. She has no say. So it is all about us. It is whatever we say, however we want it, that must hold sway. It is not right. You know, when I was ruminating on this, what came to mind was the actions. You know, each time we talk about the practice of widowhood and everything, all the unfair things that because they will say it is traditional, it is this and that, all what they put the widows through. We always talk about women being part of it. And what came to my mind was some of those women, if you dig deep into their hearts, they wouldn't really want to be part of it. But the common reason would be, to be in my own time. That was what they did.
Mm.
So this person too must have our own share of what I experienced and all of that.
Okay.
We can't continue like that. Or
Yeah.
because you feel that this person, because you know that the law will always support you and all of that, it is not right. So my advice is this. As a person, nobody actually knows when he or she will die. But when you are down with a terminal illness, when, like in her case, she knew she was going to die. From the story she was already told, so she had tried to put things together. But everything she tried to do, there were no legal binding to all of them. If she had engaged an executor or a very strong a lawyer who knows, his onions as it pertains to things like this,
Mm.
already paid for a burial plot, maybe she had already paid for funeral arrangement and everything and all of that. Those ones can stand that. See, these were the wishes of this person, and it has the backing of the laws or the states, probably due to the word legally. You understand? So at the end of the day, people will not have their ways. But in this case, look at what they did. The father was calling, the children were crying. Some members of the children's father's family members were there shouting and all of it. It wasn't nice. If the dead could talk, if the
Mm.
dead, so let us. My point exactly is, let us. If there are some things that we know that people will not want to, make happen when we are gone, can we please help by making sure that we have a legal backing to it,
Okay.
and can family members learn to, oblige the deceased, her wishes. And then remember that these are children that she has left behind, and they will never forget what transpired at the last moment they had with their mother before she was lowered into mother. They will never forget. And that
Yep.
is why sometimes you think you have spent your years helping a child, and the child will come back against you because there were some things that you did without consideration, that you did without putting the child into cognizance and all of that. So let us please, this is our real harsh realities, but let us be fair. Do unto those who are helpless as you would want people to do unto you when you are helpless. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Ibinabo, for pointing all of this out. I mean, no man is an island. You definitely have people around you. So if these people have been there for you, in your time of need, or when you are incapacitated because of one reason or the other, if they have been there for you, I don't see any reason why, if at the end of the day you don't get to make it out of there, they would not be, allowed to come around you, because then again, the future of the children you're leaving behind, if you have, you don't know how it is going to end up. You don't know who amongst those people around you is going to be the one to give them the ladder to, get onto the next level of life. So as much as, we have meaningful people who come around you and they also want to be there in your lowest times, I think, you should give them that space to do so, especially as families too. All right, so we'll just leave it at that, and I just hope that we've learned from this and we're able to put systems and structures in place around us to help us, even in our absence, even when we are no more, because this will be like a guide as we keep living life and for our families and even for our children. All right, this is your Women Radio WFM 91.7. It is 27 minutes after 9 right here on Women Radio. And this is the program HerLens, where we discuss, dissect, and disagree on topical issues right here on Nigeria's first radio station for women and their families. My name is Rose. I have Buki, Susan, and Ibinabo with me this morning. So the house is complete. Okay, so let's move on to this very trendy issue. That yesterday, it was yesterday evening, we're seeing a lot of clips from it. So now this man allegedly tried to defile his friend's 14-year-old daughter. Now the friend is late. So and from the story, we could hear or read that he was there during his friend's burial. In fact, one of the people who were crying, the most and say, "Oh, I've lost my friend," da da da, and all of that. And then, sometime later, he's back chatting this young girl up, a 14-year-old girl, chatting her up, sending her voice notes and, telling her to come meet. They should meet up somewhere, and all of that. And thank God that this young girl, 14-year-old, is, wise enough to know her left from her right, to know that, okay, this does not sound right. This does not sound well. And who knows when this actually started? Could it be when she was younger? Could it be maybe when the father, was even still alive? He was throwing some sort of, mild um talks, or I'm looking for the specific word to use now. He was throwing some sort of, inappropriate conversations with her already. And then once the father was out of the picture, he probably saw the opportunity to do what has he has always thought about. Now, in the voice notes, that has been going round, we could actually hear him give her an address where she would come and meet him. She shouldn't tell anybody. And he was explaining to her, what it means to use protection, how they could use it, that nothing would happen to her. And he was ready to pay her transportation fare of 1,000 naira, to come and meet him at a particular hotel, and all of that. And as God will have it, just thank God for the wisdom of this young girl. And that's why I think education and awareness is good when we start it early. So I'm sure that this young girl must have heard or is wise enough to know what she should reply to or not. And then she picked up all of these conversations. She put it up in the family WhatsApp group. In her family WhatsApp group, and the family took it seriously, because that's another thing again. The family took it serious, and then they went to that particular address that he gave to this young girl, and they met him there, in the same room that he told this 14-year-old about, and they caught him there with protection, that he was going to use on this young girl. So now, a lot of questions come to mind. Before say we don't quickly establish, say not be every friend be friend. Not be every friend be friend. We don't quickly establish it, but how do you know who is true? We don't know the backstory of the kind of friendship he had with her dad while he was, alive. Now that he's gone, is it not supposed to be, a form of support to the family? Is it not supposed to be like, a form of protection for the young children that his friend has left behind? Are they not supposed to? Is the family, now probably the wife of the late man, is she not supposed to trust him as, oh, my husband's friend, you could actually help me protect my kids against any sort of pedophiles around, people who want to harm my children? I should be able to trust you. But then you are the one wanting to do this. So there are a lot of questions that comes to mind. Now, this is not the first time we're hearing about this, but it's how close that this man is to the family. After all, they say, I won't know man, I'm the key man. So a lot of things actually come to mind. So I would just, leave this open for our ladies of HerLens to look at this, dissect it, and pick out the lessons from here, so that we don't have other families falling prey to this kind of situations, so that we'll not keep hearing that all these kind of things, they repeat itself. Meanwhile, we keep talking about it and we're creating awareness on this. All right, so you can do well to be a part of the program by dialing 07000 917 917. You can also dial 09155 917 917. Do well to send us WhatsApp messages to 070 317 56537 or 08155 Those are the numbers to get in touch with us this morning. So Susan, I know say for this kind of matter now, your blood go dey hot for all these kind things. And knowing fully well that you mentioned orphanage and a lot of things that happen in the orphanages now, but this one self, she not even the orphanage. She dey stay with her parent and mama. These things they happen to them, let alone children self way they orphanages, and some of these things get to happen to them. So for this case now, Susan, dissect it for us and let us get the lessons you want us to get from this, and then we hear from Buki and Ibinabo wraps this conversation for us. Susan, over to you.
Rose, oh, Rose, how did you know? In my head,
You, Susan.
you see, I hardly listen to voice notes and everything, but the moment I read what it was about, I stayed and listened to that voice note. And this is a clear-cut warning for parents, caregivers who have teenagers within their space. Predators and abusers are closer than you think. This is one take I need from you. You see all these people, whether relative or whoever, that go about calling our wife. Nobody is their wife. Nobody. their wife anywhere around your space. Let them call your child the name. Do you know that I went as far as tracing this man's
Ah,
Facebook page? Yes,
right.
and tracing the post he made. That is how in depth I research about things and read the post he made about the sudden death of this 14-year-old child's dad, because I just wanted to know, is it that they didn't have a proper relationship? From that post, you could deduce that this was his friend. And in the absence of your friend, you should be a father figure. I
Mm,
listened to him. You are inviting a 14-year-old girl to come, a 14-year-old, if not because of how education goes these days. Highest is SS1, SS2, even with the fatness in education. And then you are inviting her to a hotel. You are telling her how she has been avoiding you and you don't like it. Are you kidding me? Are you even serious? This is a call to action. Parents, caregivers, wherever children are. And don't ask me when is the right time. For me, as long as your child can comprehend, as a teacher, one of the things I imbibed in my students was the fact that nobody calls a penis cocoa. No. If you cannot call your ear a name that is not, then your body parts should be called the right names. You know why? Because I know that when your parents hear that someone is asking you for any of these things, the antenna will stand. And I want to commend the girl's family. You see, most times I have also handled cases where it is either the mom, the dad, or the relatives who are silencing that child or that person who is telling you this is what they are saying. What if this girl did not have this prior knowledge to even record this man, to even bring it? Again, I ask parents and caregivers, what relationship do you build with your world?
then, yeah.
Because some words feel afraid to come out and tell their family members that this is what is happening because they know they will be shut down. But because she had faith in her family, because there might have been conversations like this, awareness raising and all of this, she was able to send it to her family and they took it up. Parents, caregivers, taking it up is standing for your child. Do you know that 20 years from today, 30 years and even 50 years, this young girl will never forget
Mm-mm.
that her family stood up for her?
Mm-hmm.
This is why a lot of young persons are moving about with a lot of trauma. They are traumatized. A lot is happening, but parents, caregivers, sisters, daddies are saying, shut up. He did not say that. How do you know he did not say that? Because in GBV, we say, just listen. You don't judge the person. Listen until you find the perpetrator culpable. You cannot say it didn't happen. And in this case, we're happy it has come to the open court of open judgment. I mean, what do they call it? But we hope that justice is brought. I mean, that girl receives justice. She deserves justice. We have a
Mm,
Child Rights Act. It's not about bringing it to the public space alone. We don't
yeah.
want it to be silenced like so many other things. How do we begin to ensure that justice is served?
Fair. Yeah.
Please, parents, do not think your child is too young. Do not think your child is too young. I think the highest in the children I was speaking to over the weekend should be 16 or 18. And some of the people who perpetrate some of these things are people who are taking care of them, people who are within their circle. Uncles and aunties do a lot of these things. So we don't need to look at only outsiders.
Mm,
Continue to sensitize your world. Let them know that any uncle, any auntie that says this is wrong. Tell me, I will address it, because most times these people threaten them. Listen to the man. He didn't even want her to tell anyone.
you want
If
at
it
all.
was something good, why would you not allow her? You are a family friend. Everyone knows you in the family. Is that not wickedness of the highest order that a man of your capacity will do this to a child, and you will still look at the mom and the siblings in the
Mm,
eye. Abba, Abba,
okay.
Abba. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Susan, for giving us your thoughts and, looking at this from different angles. All right, this is your Women Radio WFM 91.7. And this is where we get to discuss, dissect, and disagree on topical issues. Please do well to dial 07000 917 or 09155 917 917. Let's get to hear from you this morning on the program Highlands. All right, so right now, come to Buki. Buki, let us hear from you, and then let's from your own angle pick out the lessons from here, and also look at the way forward, how we can continue to see that all of these things end in our society. But then again, they know the right hand for forehead. So how do we go about it?
Okay, so this is my own thoughts or the perspective I want to come from, really. Anybody can decide to misbehave.
Hmm.
That's the truth. Anybody can decide to misbehave. Um, the devil is always roaming around, to see who is vulnerable to his tactics. So it's for us. And when I say us, looking at the concept of this story now, the mother and the daughters, even boys, because you see, there are some terrible men as well. I mean, they do sodomy and things like that. For us to let people know, for us to let our children, our words, those under us, those who we mentor, to know that there are bad people and things like this will happen. And when it does, let them know what to do. For me, I want to celebrate the woman, the mother. I want to celebrate her. And it's on that point I want to land, that when our children come to us and they tell us some things, it's not the time to fire back, to say, what are you looking for? Are you sure?
Hmm.
Uh, okay, you must have been winking to him. You must have been doing whatever it is. We do not know if the girl had some financial pressures. We do not know. But whatever it is, even if there are financial pressures at home, the man ought not to have done that. I mean, I like the fact that Susan is a researcher now. So Susan is now a researcher. I love that dimension she came from. I mean, she went to even go and dig this man.
Yeah.
So also, obviously, the man, they are friends. I mean, don't be surprised. They might be very, very close friends,
Hmm.
and it's possible the man had been seeing her grow up, and now she's a beautiful babe and all that, and she feels, what, this is my time. I mean, there are some people that don't have God conscience. I mean, let's take it. They don't get God inside them. It's devil that is sitting there. So now that you now know, I mean, if you want to dine with the devil, I mean, what do we do? So you have to know what to do, and that's where I want to learn today, to say that parents, let's groom our children.
Hmm.
I celebrate that woman that
Yeah.
she took up. She said, okay, let us go. I'm sure she must be an educated person, or she must have been listening to things like this, that it happens, and she does not want to live in denial. And maybe it's even possible that she had even approached, the man. And the man also offered something similar to this, that she said no.
Hmm.
And now you're now coming to my daughter. It's not going to possible. I am going to give you what you deserve. And I like the fact that the girl was very smart, to record, because now we need to let our children know that evidences are good. Though it has to be diplomatic, because now a lot of men will now know that they really have to safeguard. They'll say, okay, when you are coming, don't bring your phone, don't bring your this, don't bring your that. I mean, those are red flags. those are red flags. So you can actually record on your phone as well while the conversation is on.
Going on, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so these are the good things that technology has brought to us. While the conversation is on, you can record. You know, if the man is saying, "Don't bring your phone, don't bring your this, what are we coming to do in an hotel and all that," you know, so that you have evidence that you can show your parents. It's not even about the public or whatever it is, but at least as at that time you need the support of your mother, of the people that you are moving with. And I like that dimension that immediately the woman took it up, went straight to the police. And we also have to give the police, you know, a credit here.
Mm.
They did their job.
This
You know,
one
I'm sure
is
the evidence was just too much to say, this man, and possibly the person that they met is a
mm-hmm.
no-nonsense person concerning this regard. To say, you know what, these are the people me I want to catch. Let's go. You know, a 14-year-old in an hotel. I mean, what is that? But I want to celebrate the mother. I want to celebrate the girl. And also, I mean, let's join the police now. They did so well. So these are just lessons that I want to bring out. Anybody can decide to be bad. That's it. But we must not be victims. So let's come to ourselves and train our children, equip them, you know, equip them with everything. Let them see the red flag. Let them know the red flags. When somebody is already saying, look at your boobs. You are so big. Oh, you are now, you know, give them those tips that they will know that these are red flags. You understand? When
Yeah.
somebody is doing, come to my house, come alone. No, don't come with your friend. Oh, you know, all those funny things. You need to let them know. And also, I think it was Susan who mentioned it, and I will close here, that the relationship between the mother and the girl. You know,
Mm.
these days that mothers should be gist partner, if I
Yeah.
can use that word, gist partner to their children. You know, I mean, they should be able to gist with you. Mama, look at what is happening. And you also, because you know your role, listen to the gist and guide them. Do not condemn them. Do
Mm-mm.
not put them down. Guide them. You understand? Let them help them in their decision making. You understand? Help them in their decision making. And to be honest, if you have started very early, it will be something that they can actually open up to you to say, look at this man. This man is buying me pie, and he's telling me to come to an hotel. Mama, look at, you know, you
Yeah.
just about it, but of course you guide them in what to do. And of course, you also have to pray for them. I mean, we cannot overemphasize that. These are times that mothers will have to pray and also show the children the way to go. Thank you. I like to stop here.
All right. Thank you to Buki. Thank you for giving us your thoughts and the way forward from here and looking at it from different angles. All right. So this is Young Women Radio WFM 91.7. Feel free to dial the numbers 07000 or 09155 Let's get to hear from you this morning on the program HerLens. So yeah, Ibinabo, you have the floor right now. Wrap this conversation up for us because I know you two, you have a lot of things, going through your mind. Imagine your 14-year-old daughter coming to tell you that, oh, Uncle So, who is daddy's friend? See what he's sending me. I can just imagine, the next action that you would take. So let's hear from you and, what we can do going forward from the different angles that you take this conversation from.
Okay. Yes, the ladies have spoken well. And please, I don't want to imagine it. My heart, as you mentioned, my heart is already beating fast.
I beg, God, I beg.
Susan, be like say, not say we resemble it, be like say, for where we come from high
You go do research of it, Pinabo.
because as soon as I got the name, I went to check
Hmm.
You should go to his page. He gave a different character, a different angle of himself, a fake personality. If you read through, he's always talking about either politics or pastors or something, that kind of a thing. There was even a particular post of his that caught my attention. It's like I should just see him and deal him some blows and tell him to explain what it meant like that. He wrote some things and then finished it with our wolves in sheep's clothing.
Ah, coming from the king himself of sheep's clothing.
You read it and think that, oh, this is such a. That is why I tell my children, I tell whoever cares to listen, there is too much fakeness, too much boju boju on social media. If
Mm.
you care and allow social media to hook you, you don't hook yourself. There is almost nothing real on social media except a few things here and there. So judge this man by what he continues to put up on Facebook, for example, you wouldn't imagine he would do a thing like this. You would imagine a community leader. You would imagine a very, even at the point I saw where he wrote on a particular video, Elder Ernest. I said, where you elder they go?
Elder, from where to where? As how?
My goodness. Make we mothers, make we first beat them before court will come judge her. I just see, I want to say that exactly what, in fact, that's what I said. That if I say the ladies, all of us come from the same parents. I always kicked against people using words like my wife.
Mm.
They had a granddaughter, a lovely little girl then. I used to visit a neighbor there. One particular man in that band was always calling the girl, Ìyàwó mi, Ìyàwó mi. And this girl was saying, you say I'm not your Ìyàwó and everything. And I didn't like it. I'm talking about years, school days, years. I hated it. What is all this nonsense? Why would you be calling a small girl like, what idea are you putting in her head? Because it was an easy way to lure this girl to abuse her sexually. Ìyàwó, 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 you'll be playing with her, you'll be tickling her, and the grandparents will be there. You know those nonsense. I have to tell my friend that, our grandparents, what are they doing? This man could seize the opportunity to, that one too, Mumu grade 2. He said, that man to this little girl. So you see, because of that mindset, a lot of pedophiles got away with their acts. A lot of pedophiles will perpetrate that act because some parents would even leave their daughters with a pedophile, believing he's a good man. I remember I was, in fact, it got to a point I realized why some people didn't like me then. Because I was a sweet little girl. But some men did not like me. And I used to wonder why. But when I grew older, I realized that there was a particular house that was on the next street.
Hmm.
The man was always playing with all the little girls in that compound. So people would, I don't want to use the word foolishly, they would innocently say, if this uncle marry born, go pamper and children, and lie. The man was abusing them and nobody knew it. Because there was a day I went to, my mom used to buy, the woman used to bring pap to us in the house in a particular, like what I would call this buckets now, then a particular size of bucket. So she had not brought papa, and my mom needed pap. So she sent me to go and tell her that why she had not brought pap, that we needed pap. So restless in Abuja, I don't run enter that compound. I don't see anybody. I don't want to come people to one window to see her because I didn't really know the woman's room.
Yeah.
Only for me to sight this bros.
Hmm.
Things don't they happen. Hey,
maybe
in the room. I didn't know when I said, I ran away. I ran to my house. I want to tell my mother that I saw that uncle, the way he carried that. I don't know what happened thereafter. Later on, I think the man was ejected from that house. I saw him again a few streets away from that same place. What did the restless Ibinabo do? Ẹ tún ti wá gbé bí, ẹ tún máa gbé ọmọ ọlọ́mọ sẹ́sẹ̀. And man waiting. Parents should be sensitive. They should make themselves knowledgeable. They should understand that it is not every time a person seems to be very nice, is nice. There could be ulterior motives. So don't be lost in your laziness and you wanting somebody to help you carry your baby. That brother is always helpful. Let me go and carry my baby. And he in turn will be calling the baby his wife. And he will be practicing wife things with the baby. So parents, I beg you. I'm not saying it is wrong for a young man to love. I mean, I have siblings, I have cousins who love children. To now go and put your baby in the care of such a man. Sometimes, like Buki said, devil. And don't be you're a bad, you're bad. But devil can make you say one thing or do one thing. At the end of the day, the deed is done. So please, parents.
All right. Yeah.
Sorry, I want to plead the people out there. Stop using people's social media posts as a yardstick to judge who they are. Some people post all the best things and they are the worst people you can ever imagine in your life. Should you come across them? People put up facade. People put up fake character. So please. And the ladies have spoken. Let us give our children the chance to be our friends so that we can chat. Some children, even when you are their friends, they are very reserved. But sometimes you look for a way to dig deep so that you can get some.
Yeah.
Please don't be too busy to listen to them. Don't be too much in a hurry to sit down and hear your child out because you don't know what this child wants to say. Please.
Yeah. Okay.
Please.
All right. Thank you very much, Binabo. And thank you to Buki and, of course, to Susan. I just hope that this kind of things get to reduce, as we keep talking about it and we keep creating awareness about it because our young girls now at risk. You don't even know who is who. Please, let us try all our best. Let's come together and see that we take out all of these nonsense things out of our society. Thank you so much, ladies, for being a part of the program today. Very big thank you to each and every one of you who tuned in to listen to HerLens this morning. We do appreciate all of you for being a part of it. All right, so join us tomorrow morning at 9:05, where we'll bring you another episode of HerLens right here on Women Radio. My name is Rose Yusuf Kaiser. Do want to have a great day and, of course, enjoy this week of love. Don't be people of war. Don't have strong minds. Okay, please. Let's try as much as possible to have a great weekend. Did I say weekend? A great week ahead. All right. So that's it from us right here. Have a great day ahead. Good morning.